So for study resources, go over old tests and old quizzes. Go over old homework assignments. I gave you 2 review worksheets as part of your study guide, types of functions and solving equations. They'll give you practice with 2 of the important skills that will be tested on the final, but there are many other skills that we've learned this semester. So those 2 worksheets should not be all you do to prepare for the final. Okay. There will most definitely be a solve a bunch of equations part of the final, and there will definitely be a types of functions like find a formula for the graph like I put on here, but there will be other sections too, right? Almost every test or quiz you've had has had a given example of section and a true false section that will appear again on your final, as well as a section of word problems, which you have some word problems to practice with in the solving equations worksheet. There's a final exam review in my math lab. It's not required, but it's got everything that you could possibly need to study in there. And if there's something you don't know how to do, it has the help me solve this and the videos. And how long is the test? Oh, I don't remember off the top of my head. You can use a scientific calculator. If you don't have one of your own, I'll bring them like I usually do. No graphing calculators. And you can use 4 pages of notes that you create yourself. You can type them or you can handwrite them, but you have to make it, okay, rather than photocopying things from various sources. Front and back, yep. So for example, you might bring the 3 sheets that you already made for the 3 previous tests, plus 1 new sheet with any additional material. Okay, but you can remake all your sheets if you want, if you felt like the ones you made for the tests weren't helpful, or you just want to make them again to help you study. It's up to you. Okay, so types of problems to expect. There will definitely be a section of give an example of a function which, right? Those have been on every quiz, almost every quiz, every test. You just did a whole project on it. So being able to come up with a function that satisfies some certain requirement will be on the test. A section of equations to solve, like the practice worksheet I gave you. A section of what kind of function is this, based on graphs, like the worksheet, or based on data, or based on a verbal description, and give a formula for it. A section of modeling / word problems, same thing. Okay. And some other miscellaneous problems dealing with the concepts of the class, inverses, composition, stuff like that. Test is about 2 hours. It's in the neighborhood of 7 pages, 8-ish questions, multiple parts for each question. So that's what it's going to look like, and you have some things to practice. So let's see, my sections of the test looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like sections of the test, and you have significant practice with 4 of them, right? This is your project. We have lots of equations to practice solving. You have a section of graphs, come up with the formula, and within the equation solving, you have a bunch of word problems to work on. Okay, so there's just a few other miscellaneous things that you can study via your old quizzes and tests, your old homework, the My Math Lab review. But mostly, you will not be surprised by what you see. Hopefully not at all.